Hello guys, welcome back to Garissa Designers. Thank you for the support. So here, this is the today you can see on this ground, this is the foundation casting that we have been doing for the past 2 days. So we have done with the foundation casting of this particular 2-bedroom house, of which it has got a kitchen, a sitting room, 2 toilets inside. So I told you, as I promised you yesterday, I'm going to give you the material of this particular 2-bedroom up to this particular point, the way you can see this casting of this particular foundation. So you can see from, let's say, from the ground up to this, and then the next step we are going to now to do the superstructure, of which is the constructing of the wall, and then doing the lintel, and then we do the walls up, and then we go to the let's say to the now roofing. So for the first, let me give you out the quotation. For the first, you have to have, let's say, like 100 bags of cement. That 100 bag of cement will allow you to do this particular foundation casting, plus building the wall down there, the way you can see here, plus building those wall, the foundation walling, plus concreting this starter column. So for 100 bags, it is quite much enough for you to do this particular for you to do this particular work up to this particular step. And then for the sand, you are going to go with the 5 trips. So that's five trips that are enough to complete this particular work up to this particular end. And then you see this iron bars. We had gone with the D10. D10 we write 46 pieces, and then D8 we had written 35 pieces, of which our D8 are the one that you see we have used it is like a ring, the way you see here. So this is the D8, and then this longest one, this is the D10. So 45 and 35, that one are enough. And then we had to bought 2 bags of waterproof, so that 2 bags of waterproof, those one sorry, hello, Saba, utanipigia simu, hata nilikuwa bado sijatoka huko. Acha nikitoka ukiwa free utanipigia. Sawa. So sorry. And then waterproof, we had 2 bags, of which they've run us from the first day when we were doing blinding. When we have been doing the foundation cast, that one has been quite enough for this particular. And then for the blocks, this house, it will require you to have 1,600 blocks, so that it can build the entire let's say this walling on the segments that are inside. So you'll have to need 1,600 pieces. And then hardcore, you'll have to require 1, 2, 3. You'll have to require 6 trips of lorry for you to achieve this house from, because let's say one trip we were used to do for the blinding. So we started with the hardcore, and then we do the blinding, and then after blinding we had to do this particular walling. So the first one, and then the other 5 are the one that we have put inside this particular house. And then for the maram, we had bought 3 lorries, 3 trips, of which those 3 trips have been enough to do the blinding from the top of that hardcore. And then what else? Hoop iron, we have went with the 2 rolls, of which it has been quite it has finished this particular, even though it has remained. And then iron, this one, how do you call it? This is a binding wire. We bought 25 kg. That one it has accumulators from let's say from the first day up to the last, because we have done this particular, we have installed these columns, and then there's a ring beams that is over there we have already installed, so that whenever we will be now starting the walling, after walling, because walling it will take 2 days for the first 5 and the last 4, and then after that we're going to do the ring beam. So we have already installed our rings, our ring beam column there, so that to fasten our work. I think the other thing is we had axle blade, of which there were 3. That one that has been used for cutting this particular iron bars. And then in terms of let's say timber, those timbers we had found it here. You can see our client was initially he built this particular perimeter wall, but he didn't build with us, he built with another guy. So there was a lot of let's say there was a lot of timbers on the side. That's why you can see that all over we had used it to do this particular walling foundation. And then what next? I think that was the main let me confirm if let's say maybe I've forgotten something, but I think those are okay. DPM, yes, DPM, we had went with the 2 rolls, of which is big one, and then anti-termite gladiator we had went with the 6 liters, and then I think those are the things that we had used. And then 3-inch we had bought 4 kgs, and then 4-inch we have bought 10 kgs, so that you can use to attach this particular woodwork on this particular side. So you can see we have done with this with this foundation casting. So as from tomorrow, the big deal is always, let's say, doing the foundation work. After you have done the foundation work, I think in the next 1 week, if you'll come here, our house will be doing the roofing stage. We'll be on the roofing stage. But you can see the foundation cost casting up to here, it has almost costed us almost 8 days. But for the superstructure, it will take us almost, let's say, let me give you, let's say, like 1 week. But we'll have you'll have to see they will be doing roofing. So our next job from today, it will be we are going to leave this foundation casting for at least 2 days, so that we can give it time for curing. And then after there, we'll have to, after 2 days, we'll have now to come to start building this particular perimeter, not perimeter, the walling of this particular house. And then after there we'll have to do those columns. We'll have to concrete columns, and then we'll have to do the ring beam. We'll have to do the other wall, the other wall. So yesterday we did it here, and then we were unable to finish the work. So today we have come to finish this particular this other place. You can see there's no difference between that one, that place, and this one. Because we always do clean job. In Swahili tunasemanga, we always do kazi safi. So guys, let's meet on the next video. After, even if it's not this particular house, we have so many houses that we are building. So you can call us through 0746289667, 0746289667. We are readily available to serve you with any kind of information that you want, be it constructing, be it interior designing. We are flexible. So let's meet next time, God willing.